What's up, guys? This is Jeremy from Achievement Hunter, and we are doing the collectibles in Quantum Break. Now, yeah, it's just me because I'm here on a Sunday because I want to get this thing out on Tuesday, day of release, and that's when you're going to be watching it right now. It's Tuesday, day of release. Get Quantum Break. All right, so there are 4 different types of collectibles in this game. There are narrative objects, which are just kind of things you can look at in the environment. Here's the first one. It's as you are walking into the college area. It's this map right on your left. The first level is actually the most difficult because you don't have your time vision yet, which kind of highlights collectibles for you. So you just kind of have to stumble upon them. Here's this join the protest sign. If you go up and read this little poster board here, you can read about that. So these narrative objects, they just add more to the story. They don't unlock any new content usually or anything like that. It's just so you can better understand the world you're in. So the third one, you're just going to run forward into the courtyard after that and look at this sign. And then for the fourth one, you are going to turn around and run back over here. Now, I want to point out, I didn't do it at the beginning, but there is a spoiler alert. I'm going to put that at the beginning, or spoiler warning. I wouldn't go further into the collectible guides than you've played, because it might spoil some things that happen. So just, you know, watch this guide as you play the game and slowly get them all. So, narrative object number 5 is going to be that radio right there. So you listen to that. That guy goes on about whatever. He's like, blah, 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 blah. Most of this is just about these protesters saying, don't destroy this library. We love it. Yay. So you talk to that chick, and then she says, oh, go over here and look at these, look at all the stuff we've done. So you can go ahead and load that up and see all the stuff that they have done, because that's what she wanted you to do. Now, for narrative object number 7, it's in this little booth. It's actually this television. You go up and click that, and it plays this commercial for something. There's a dude on the mattress in the back there. Didn't even notice that while playing. Now, after you talk to the security guard there, I think that's Burke. I don't remember. When you talk to that security guard right there, these two are really easy. So this is narrative object number 8, is just this little sign right here, and then you can scoot your way over to narrative object number 9. They are just right next to each other, and it makes life very, very easy for you. And on to narrative object number 10. There are only narrative objects in Act 1-1. Because the fact is, you don't have your time vision yet. There's not a whole lot you can change, but yeah. Pop this thing open before following Paul Serene. You're just going to turn around and open up that computer and read the email. And then Paul's going to be like, get inside of the elevator. Come on, go, do it. Instead, run past him and over to this little corkboard thing here. And you can read about this job fair poster. Or this is a poster about job fairs. Now, number 12 is an achievement in itself. Right when you come out of the elevator, Paul's going to be like, all right, follow me over here. And you are going to say, nope, I want you to give me a presentation instead. You sit down in this chair. It gives you your 12th narrative object, and you get the achievement called Marketing Spiel, which is to let Paul do his thing, because you say that, oh, I know you love to do your slideshows, blah, blah, blah. Now, the last ones to this level are going to be in the time machine room. The first one is going to be that goat and a picture there, or I guess a ram. A ram is a goat, whatever. After you grab that, just turn to your left and grab this email right here. That is narrative object number 14. A little email from Paul Serene. Come down here, following him. There's going to be something on the desk. So like I said, the first level, you don't have your time vision, so you can't highlight things in the environment. But all of the collectibles are pretty much on the beaten path. There's not too many you're going to have to deviate in order to get. The last one for this level is going to be this map of the time machine. Go up to it. The corridor schematics. I'm sorry. Pick that up, and that is the last one for Act 1-1. We are now on to Act 1-2. So the first thing you're going to get is a narrative object. After you hide behind these grates in the back, people will be walking through the room, and you're hiding there with your brother. Turn around instead of following him and open this computer to get this email from Rhea Ends or whatever. And then as you go through this room where there's a firefight, you're going to get your first Quantum Ripple. Now, Quantum Ripple is a different kind of collectible. I'm kicking that chair around like I just don't even care. Go up to this board right here, and you will look at this equation. After you do that, Will come over and finish the equation. Now, what a Quantum Ripple is it's something you can do while playing the game that changes the episode that you watch at the end of the act. So you can see that little thing in the top right. That means the quantum ripple has happened. So for anyone who doesn't know how this game is played, you play a whole act, you play a junction point, which is like a decision that you make, and then you watch an episode that's about 20-25 minutes. So yeah, the quantum ripples actually change the episode that you watch very slightly, but sometimes it's kind of fun, sometimes it's kind of cool. So for narrative object number 2, it's on the couch behind the elevator, so don't get in the elevator with Will just yet, run behind it. Then when you are coming out of the elevator, you will see there is a stutter happening, so everything is frozen. You can actually swipe the guns out of these guys' hands, which is pretty fun. But your narrative object is sitting there on the desk. There's not a whole lot of collectibles in Act 1-2, which I'm pretty thankful for because there was a lot in Act 1-1. So that is your last narrative object. Now we're on to Act 1-3, where I believe there is only one collectible, and it is here in this little construction area outside of the, I think this is the library, but right outside, you go up to this radio and click on that, and that is your only narrative object for Act 1-3. Pretty easy. And the last thing is going to be Act 1 Junction, which is when you are playing as Paul Serene. You will go over to this goat and just look at that. You know, you're like, oh yeah, that's the goat I had in my time machine area. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you can see the little thing because it is a quantum ripple. So there, that one is done. Now you have narrative object number 1. Come over here and look at these papers about William Joyce, who they're like, oh yeah, Will, you know, he's very brilliant, blah 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 blah. And that is your first narrative object. And for your second one, you are going to go to the other side of this big poster to look at this little dossier about Jack Joyce, which is you. That's who you play as. Not right now, you're Paul Serene. But then that is it for Act 1. So that's all 3 parts and the junction. You now have all the collectibles for those. There are 5 acts. So once you're done with this, you know, make your choice, whatever you're going to do, hardline or the other thing, and then watch the episode. See you next time.